samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Ooh, what a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer. Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
This is Lancaster County Attorney Pat Condon reminding you to vote for my friend and colleague, Carolyn Bozin. Carolyn Bozin is a strong voice for Lincoln who we need representing us in the legislature. Carolyn Bozin voted for historic funding for education to support our schools and for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history. Carolyn Bozin is the voice we need representing us in the legislature. This is Lancaster County Attorney Pat Condon. Join me in supporting Carolyn Bozin for legislature on May 14th.
Paid for by Bozin for legislature.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Mike Minner, what's up, bro?
When you look at Dillon, you're looking at quarterbacks that kind of come around once every 20 years. And this is a kid I'm looking at, I don't know how old he is, 17, 18 years old. And he is already directing things that 17, 18-year-old kids should not even know. Changing the line protection. Okay, guys, I don't know what we've been 2 weeks of practice. Come on, man. Well, we got guys in the National Football League that can't do that.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. The Supernovas Radio Network is live. This is the Omaha Supernovas pregame show brought to you by Mullen Motors.
Viejas Arena, San Diego, California, on a Tuesday night. We've been here before. DP Coach Renee Saunders, Enrique Alvarez, Clary, and we will take you through an evening that will make another statement about the Pro Volleyball Federation, where it stands, where it's headed, and who the players are that are going to make those statements. These two teams met Saturday night in Omaha, Nebraska. The result being the Supernovas finding a way to leave the building in a 5-set win But Coach Saunders, I'll ask you, how much time is there enough time in between Saturday night and today to either forget it, learn from it, or evolve from it?
All of the above. I mean, at this point in the season, every match matters. I mean, we've been talking about that for probably the last 5 games, right? We're getting that last third of the season. Now we're in the last fourth of the season.
We're in the last fourth of the season.
And so every single match that these guys play is really important. And I even think on the bus today, Rico noticed it was a lot quieter this time than it was on our last San Diego trip to the arena from the hotel. It was a lot quieter, a lot more focused. I think they understand what's on the line and what needs to be done, and I think they're dialed in for it. Of course, I thought they were dialed in at their last serve and pass, and obviously that did not happen because it wasn't the best. Last time we were here was not our best game.
Well, it was a good start, right? Set one began the way ideally it would begin for the Supernovas, and then there was a time warp and the difficulty getting to 15, and then the push after 15 from 15 to 25, while successful, opened some crevices and cracks that widened and became a greater issue sets 2 through 4. How do you walk into it? What's the message as a coach to the players about the last visit to San Diego?
I think you just learned from it, right? Like, we didn't play our best match. We had an opportunity to close out in set 2. We didn't do so. We had an opportunity to close out in set 4. We didn't do so. The nice part is in Omaha, first set, 6-point run to end it. Kind of reversed it a little bit, right? We were down 23-19, came back 125-23. Makes a big difference, with that confidence and the ability to fight and come back. But I think it's a vibe that you can feel when you get to the end of the season, where you're counting down till the end. So they play 24 games, and the goal now is, how can we be at our best for game 25 and 26?
Do you look forward to that, or is it single focused in that San Diego has earned the respect of the Supernovas, and it's simply let's do our jobs tonight in whatever way we can and get out of here with win number 13 on the season?
Oh, it's do your jobs tonight.
Yeah.
But knowing that you're still building and getting better for later. Like building, getting better for the end of the season. But yeah, your number one focus is 100%. San Diego got your attention last time you were here. Let's not let that happen again. Learn from that experience. Get it done tonight. Go home tomorrow. Have a couple days to prep for Grand Rapids on Friday.
It seems like, and you mentioned the bus, right? And I got on the bus and we were a bit chatty, and then it struck me, that coach vibe hit me that, yeah, you need to pump the brakes and let the team be the team in that space. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was aware of it and I thought, okay, DP, you need to be quiet and let this thing kind of marinate and evolve as it is. What does it mean? You saw them earlier today. What's the vibe around the Supernovas team?
I think they're focused and ready to go. I mean, even in serve and pass earlier today was good. We did do our stairs like promised, and we had to do them twice.
Okay, we're going to tell that story later, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, you know my superstitious side. So I sat on a different side of the bus. Didn't sit on the same side as last time. But no, I felt like even in practice today, what I watched of it, I mean, they were dialed in. They were making good communication, good touch, good talk, all the things that you want to happen on a game day serve and pass. They played their game on their way there. They always have the weirdest games they play. And they were light and fun before serve and pass, and they were quiet and focused for pregame drives. So it'll be fun to see how tonight's match goes.
They were, in fact, aware of the importance of the match tonight. I saw some different movements and a different set of conversations about what to do today. So pre-match, there was more discussion about pre-match than I've heard at any point this season. What does that mean?
I mean, right now you just got to get in your groove. What is the best method to get into your groove, right? For even for the next matches. And I felt like our last time in San Diego, maybe it wasn't the best. Like they moved the bus up a little bit earlier because San Diego traffic is awful at 4:30. So moving that up a little gets us here a little bit. And I think I'm a creature of habit, shocker. But if my routine starts 3 hours before game time, then it needs to start 3 hours before game time no matter what. And we have to make sure we have room for like anything that doesn't go our way. So last time we were here, 4:30, did we know it was going to take us 45 minutes to get here? No. Then all of a sudden you feel rushed. And that's the worst feeling, is feeling rushed before a game, because everything seems out of sync when that happens. So I think having their food a little bit earlier, having their, the bus leave a little bit later or a little bit earlier, all those things set you up so you have more time. And when you have more time, you have more ability to prep properly and get your head in the right space, but also get your body in the right space and get ready to go.
How much of that also is that professional aspect of having veteran players who can kind of pump the brakes or hit the gas pedal for everybody else?
I think by this time, some of these people, Vuchkova, for example, 22 years as a professional athlete. Dixon, 7 years. You got Naughty, 15 years. They know exactly what they need on game day and when they need it. Betty, De La Cruz, another one, been playing for a long time. They know what they need. They know what their process is. I think some of the rookies and people that are a little bit younger, they're still kind of learning that. But you learn, you're like, okay, that didn't work. Next time we got to make it a little bit better. So it's, as being a professional athlete, yes, the expectation is you have to be ready to go. But part of that is, what is your process to be ready to go? And that's what they're all kind of figuring out. And I think, by this time in the season, I think they have it dialed in pretty well.
Is everybody a veteran now at 18 games? Is everybody a veteran?
I feel like everybody's still learning.
Yeah.
I really do. I feel like if we all just think we're a veteran, you get put in that situation and you're like, oh crap, like I don't know what to do right now. Right? So, that's like saying we've already arrived. And I don't feel like anybody has already arrived.
I think that's interesting in that at this point in how the and how the team moves, right? You're trying to identify, as you said, you're not trying to peak too soon, but you also don't want to regress.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like you don't
worst possible is to go backwards right now.
Like you don't want to go backwards. So usually in a machine, acceleration is required. And I think it's difficult that if you're looking forward to Grand Rapids and the final 6 games, that San Diego doesn't care. They have a different mission. Their mission is to move, 1, to stay in the top 4, 2, to move up in the top 4, and then finally put a nick or a mark or a bruise on a team that they may face if they get and stay into the Final 4. How much of that is part of the discussion that, hey, listen, they're coming at you tonight?
I don't think it even needs to be part of the discussion. Like, they just know it, right? Everybody knows that San Diego wants to go 500 in this series. We need to go 3-1. We can take that one loss, chalk it up to learning experience, bad prep, whatever it might be. I don't know what caused it. Other than San Diego played better than us on that night, but we need to win this match.
I wish that was on a shirt that we could just hang over.
You don't want the shirt that says, I hope both teams have fun?
That you use that to wash cars and to clean up after the dogs come in.
I
from
just
the mud.
hope both teams have fun.
Like that's what those shirts are for. My apologies, but yeah, that's what those shirts are for. You mentioned the good luck thing, right? And I find great humor in that. I catch myself. The meal that I had in the last successful match, I need to have that same meal before. Just like I can't have it be my fault. Since I'm going to be in the room.
I agree 100%. Like
I'm going to be in the room, so I cannot. Right? Like I cannot be. So you and Rico showed up early today. Rico, activate your mic because I need to have this conversation. Right? I need to have this conversation that somehow you two convinced yourselves to take on the stairs of this fine arena.
Well, Jazz.
So tell the story. Tell the story because it's impressive.
Add me to the stream here. So
Yep.
This is important.
You need to be.
Yeah.
You need to be activated on this
is
one.
important.
And
Okay.
you tell the story much better.
Okay, so the first time we were here, we're down in a pit. All right, House Arena is in a pit.
Yes.
So we're looking around and we're like, wow, these stairs would suck to run. Like this would be terrible if you got in trouble,
ma'am.
Well, sure enough, Sure
Yep.
enough, I
Naughty-
decided.
We're talking
Naughty is-
about you.
Naughty is
Yeah.
giving us high
Yeah,
fives.
sure enough, I decided, you know what?
We are live.
I'm going to see if I still got it. I'm going to see if I can run these stairs the
Uh-huh.
first time.
Uh-huh.
So I ran the stairs. So I ran the stairs. Coach Saunders ran the stairs with me. Jazz ran the stairs after us, but we ran all the way up, and then we just kind of stayed up there because it sucks. It's very steep, and the stairs get very tiny after a while.
Yeah.
And
This is not, and to be clear, these stairs,
They
this
go
is
on
not
forever.
a high school arena.
No, it's a lot.
This is what in this space, there's enough room for a football stadium lower bowl.
Yes.
It's like Memorial Stadium.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very bad. So we
It
did
felt
that
like
the first
Memorial
time.
Stadium, too.
So the first time we did it, we ran one set of stairs.
Yeah.
And that match did not go very well. So today we decided, you know what? Let's run the stairs again. Actually, we didn't really decide it. We were just kind of standing there and we're just like, you know what? We should run the stairs again. I don't know why, but we decided to. And we're up top and we're sitting there and I go, you know what? We ran the stairs once last time and that didn't go well. So we're going to have to run them again. And I said that, but in the back of my head, I was like, I'm not running these stairs again. That's ridiculous. I'm not in good shape. And then Jazz decides to say, yeah, let's run it again. And I look at Jazz and I say, okay, if you do it, I'll do it. So should we walk down on each side? We cross paths on the bottom, high five. And then Jazz decides to say, 3, 2, 1, go. I didn't know we were racing, but my competitive side came out. And I decided to go up the stairs, and she 100% did not beat
And
me.
Jazz is standing in front of us proclaiming victory. Rico,
100%.
he said out
did
loud that he
not
was
beat me. Did I immediately regret it? Yes.
So,
But
listen.
did I lose? No.
Okay, so we will throw it to break. We'll come back. We'll finish that story and get more details. Get you all set up for the Mojo versus Supernovas here, San Diego, California, here on the Supernovas Radio Network, powered by 93.7 The Ticket.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Spring is here, and Acres is offering special financing on select new John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Visit your nearest Acres store and test drive all the latest John Deere turf equipment and attachments. And for a limited time, with the purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Offer expires April 30, 2024. Subject to approved credit by John Deere Financial.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes and family-friendly facilities. Trading paint. We got feuding and tailgating tradition. Burnouts, beer, and barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time, and you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
School tells you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's a way we really tell what time of year it is. Sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or even off season. Well, what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now, of course. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com. See you there.
The Supernovas Radio Network is live. This is the Omaha Supernovas pregame show brought to you by Mullen Motors.
We do, in fact, want to thank the fine folks at Mojo Motors for making this happen and bringing this to you. each and every pre-match of the Supernova season. As we head down, we're at that final quarter of games where there's a little bit more attention paid to a little bit more detail, and then in this space, and I really wanted to bring some light and laughter to this first couple of segments because it's going to get thick in here in a minute, and I'm prepared for it. But Coach Saunders, what do you say to that competitive soul, that producer over there that decided, you know what, it's two trips. Let's go and do this. I have to do this. Could you coach him? Could you coach Rico?
Yeah, 100% I could coach Rico because I was the same way. I'm like, I have to do it too, but if I do it right now, I will puke up my breakfast. So I waited just a little bit, but literally, like, I'm not going to be responsible for us losing today. So I had to make sure I did my part. So then I ran my second one all by myself.
Mm-hmm.
My legs were definitely way more tired after the second one than the first one.
She did.
I wasn't going to be the one that let the team down today.
Look, we're both very superstitious people, and that was
And
a
we're
part
both
of it.
very competitive.
Yeah,
people.
is that we ran it one time and they lost, so
I did
we're gonna run it twice.
I did 100% pull the H card though. Like, I can't do this right away, guys.
Yeah, you were like, I can't do this right away,
I got-
and Jazz just said, we're going down the stairs, we're crossing paths, and we're running up again.
And I said,
And-
I'll do it later.
Yeah, and I'm stupidly competitive, so I see her out of my peripheral vision that she's pulling a couple steps ahead, and I was like, nah, not happening. Not happening.
Did you turn on the turbo boost?
I turned on the afterburners,
I
and
love
I
it.
honestly think I might have wasted the afterburners. I don't think there's any left after that.
The Carney Flash.
Yeah, I think it's gone. I think it's gone. I still got some speed left,
The-
although I think that was it. I
The
think that
NOS
was.
tank is gone.
I think it's gone now. We got to throw it out. We got to lighten the load now.
The nitrogen oxides
How
are
many
gone.
how many rows do you think this is up?
6 million.
Yeah, it's just.
I could probably count the stairs if I focused really hard.
Okay, so we're gonna require that of you, Rico, just for
All
because and
I'm not walking up the stairs. I'll count them.
for whatever reason, my thought was that I don't know why I thought there were more on the corners, but apparently not.
No,
There's 40 rows.
We ran
There's
between
40 rows.
A and V and B and A.
Okay.
All the way up, and it sucked.
There's 40 rows.
It was very bad. 40 rows of chairs.
40 rows of chairs.
So I don't even
Counting
know.
that last top
Counting
part.
the last benches.
Yep.
So how many stairs would you say in between each row?
I would say, well, it goes if you hit every stair from top to bottom,
Yeah.
there's probably over 100 stairs.
Yeah, because they're
I
smaller.
skipped a stair.
I did too, but it still sucked.
Yeah, I'm.
And then I may have pulled on the handles to help me at the top.
See,
I was like, must
that's where
make
you
it.
that's where you need a video. That's where you need the video of you guys just.
And
Oh, this isn't
P.S.
good.
I was wearing my dude shoes. I didn't even have tennis shoes on.
I was wearing jeans.
That's impressive.
What did you call
My dude shoes.
what are dude
My
shoes?
dudes.
Or Hey Dudes.
Hey, dude.
They're actually dude shoes.
Yeah, they're called Hey Dudes.
You've never heard of Hey Dude?
They're very comfortable.
They are.
I am
I
from
wouldn't
a
recommend
city.
them for running
I-
stairs.
I
They
am
are
from
not
a
made
city.
for running upstairs.
These are very San Diego shoes.
Yeah, those are boat shoes.
I lived here and never knew about dude shoes.
I think
Well,
they're pretty new.
I was gonna
I have
say
no
I
idea.
don't know anything about dude shoes.
I actually don't know how old they are, but no, these
They're
stairs
awesome.
these stairs are terrible. And if you ever decide to go to San Diego State for college and you play basketball, don't get in trouble.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
No, I'm
can
sure
you
that it's just
imagine?
I'm sure it's just part of the workout at some point, but definitely don't get in trouble.
Yeah, I mean maybe that's how they got to the championship game last year.
Probably
I bet you if we had this DJ though earlier, it would have been better.
it would not have helped.
He's pretty good.
He is good. It would not have helped. I was doing everything in my power. You know, track. You know, it's all about the shoulders, arm movement. You move your arm, it drives your knee up. My shoulders started to hurt because I was driving my arm so hard. Jazz keeps looking over here like she won or something.
Jazz is throwing you shade right now.
She can't,
She's flexing that.
can't beat me up no stairs,
she's,
though.
She's flexing that.
Just whatever.
We
She's a better athlete than I, except not running stairs.
well, there's that. There's that.
That's always got that.
There's
Moving
that.
on.
Always had
Moving
that.
on.
That
Yeah.
is so
Okay,
fantastic.
I'm done.
No, that's just fantastic. We needed that bit of.
I'm just glad we're not coming here a third time. Have to run 3.
Well, you'd only run them twice if we came back because we win, and you don't have to repeat it. rather than exceed.
True.
So that's how that works. The league is set up in a way where 4 teams will play in Omaha for the championship, and we're still in the process of determining those 4 teams. And before each match, I ask you this thing that at the top of this thing is Atlanta, and they have clinched a position in this Final Four. Omaha's in a great position. They need 2 wins. They need 2 wins
away, right?
2 wins away from being locked in, and then of course they'll battle for seedings, or not that it particularly matters because you're playing at home anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But for the rest of the federation, what are your thoughts on those other 5 teams and how you think it'll play out?
Oh man, we got Grand Rapids at 10-9, so not far behind Omaha actually. San Diego right behind them at 7-9. They have the most games left to play. Orlando at 7-12, Columbus at 6-11, and Vegas at 6-13. So, in all honesty, we're getting close to that clinch, right? But we all know Grand Rapids has posed us some problems. They're a tough matchup for us. San Diego has posed us a tough matchup. Orlando, I thought we played really well against. That's a good matchup for us. Columbus has posed some issues, but their roster changes makes it a little bit different, and then Vegas, their first game against us also posed some problems. So I think, in all honesty, once Omaha clinches, because it's going to happen, it's going to happen, not if it's going to happen.
At home on Friday.
Yep, that it's going to be a battle for 3 and 4. Like, anybody could make it. San Diego, obviously wants to stay in that top 4 spot. So tonight's a big game for them. Omaha wants to clinch. It's a big game for them. So it's going to be one of those things where, could Vegas catch lightning in a bottle? Absolutely. They've played 19 matches. They've got 5 to go. Columbus, same way. Like, they just knocked off Atlanta. They found the secret to beating the number 1 team most recently. Okay, they've played 17 matches. They still have 7 to go. Say they win the next 7, that puts them at 13-11. I mean, they're probably going to be in there too.
In a pretty good spot,
right? Orlando at 7-12. They only have 5 games to go, but they could get to 12 wins. Grand Rapids has 5 to go, and San Diego has 9 to go. So San Diego has the greatest growth potential as far as like matches left.
Getting wins.
Yeah. They have the most opportunity to get wins. So I think it's going to be a battle for that 3-4 spot. And it's going to be every game now is magnified 100 times because of that.
Yeah, we'll throw it to break. When we come back, we'll talk about this last opportunity, this last matchup in Omaha, Nebraska. 5 sets, and the Supernovas find a way. So we'll talk about that, break that down, and then talk about the roster, because there's been a change, additions to the Mojos and to the Supernovas. We'll talk about them both when we come back on the Supernovas Radio Network.
One action, no matter how small, can have a world of impact on the life of a child. Cedars started because one couple believed that they could provide a child with a better life. And that belief grew into the Cedars that we know today, a powerful force for good that helps thousands of kids across Nebraska. Belief grows.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. 8934. HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
The Supernovas Radio Network is live. This is the Omaha Supernovas pregame show brought to you by Mullen Motors.
San Diego, California on the Supernovas Radio Network. TP Coach Renee Saunders, Enrique Alvarez Clary, or as we know him on the road by his nom de plume, Rico Chavez.
The Stairmaster.
Rico Chavez. Because no hosting team in the Federation has managed to get his name right on the reservation. So officially on the road, he is Rico Chavez. So if you're going to call the hotel and harass Rico on the road, Rico Chavez is the name to look for. We can get that for you. Coach, 5 sets in a get-back match. They stand at 2-1 going in to tonight's match. And as you said, look, San Diego wants to be even when this thing is over. They want this to look like 2-2. They can go on par. Omaha wants, in fact, to put a statement on it, stamp it as the better team heading into everything that is going forward. But 5 sets. Let's go back before we get into tonight's matchup. Give us a breakdown of what you thought the keys were and how it played out in Omaha.
I really think there's so many things that I thought that we did well or better. I mean, obviously, I think we could have closed it out in 4. Drop ball. Pretty sure the whole arena went silent at that moment. Like, everybody held their breath on it. Like, the whole arena felt the impact of that drop ball at 22-23. Mojo get it, win the point, 23-23, win the next 2. But Supernovas were there to closing it out in 4. And it just shows, like, the tide that volleyball is, right? Like, you can be doing everything right, and one drop ball, all of a sudden, it's like, it just gets you thinking. And that little bit of hesitation is all it takes to, like, give the other team hope / an opportunity. And that's what happened in set 4. Defensively, we had 19 blocks. I thought that was phenomenal. We had 27 positive block touches, which I thought was phenomenal. We had 85 digs, and then Sydney Hilly had 61 set assists. Our offensive production minus the one set that we didn't play very well in, which was set 2, was really good. Yeah. Even considering a bad offensive set in set 2, we still hit 240 as a team and terminated 35%. We passed so much better, too. Our serve receive, much better. Kendall was calm and steady in the back row, and I think everybody kind of fed off that energy because everybody was calm and steady back there. We were passing 30% perfect, 68% good, which helps our offense, obviously. Serving not our best, our best day in serving. This is weird. We're shanking a lot of balls at us today. Yeah. Serving wise, 7 errors,
They're just
4
trying to
aces.
get you to talk nicely about them.
I'm just being real. Just being real, girls. I got to keep them humble a little bit, right? We still missed 7 serves, which we still had 4 aces, so it wasn't as big of a deal. You look at San Diego, on the other hand, they hit 230, terminated 37%, had 90 digs, 27 positive blocks, 14 blocks. We were better when it mattered more, right? So we were getting some of our kills and some of our blocks, some of our aces at big times for momentum points. And I think that was kind of the difference in the match. As Christina was saying in the post-game interview, she was talking about how you could tell the changes San Diego was starting to make in sets 4 and 5. And so the way she's looking is that this is how they're going to start. They're going to be different than they were on Saturday. And it's going to be how well can we adapt and see what their game plan is and then counterattack on that. And I think that's going to be important to see when they come out. Willow Johnson could go off, right? Like her ability to hit line is there. She didn't hurt us down the line on the first time, but I have a feeling that's going to change a little bit tonight. I think that's going to be a little different look that we're going to get. You're probably going to see Dalkey and Temi Thomas Ilara at the outside, and Temi was pretty close to unstoppable in the last match. I mean, she ended up having 24 kills. She hit 350, had 54 attempts. I mean, that's a heck of a stat line for an outside hitter. For an outside hitter to hit 350 in this league is impressive.
What do you say if you're Coach Penny Park for the Mojo? What are you saying to your team tonight? Because again, this is matchup number 4. Very few surprises now. It's about execution and maybe a tweak or two in the rotations.
Part of me thinks it's like an Under Armour, you must protect this house. I think playing in San Diego for San Diego is an advantage. I think that they play well here. It's a different type of arena and energy. I think we need to bring energy tonight because I felt like our last match here, the energy kind of got sucked out. We don't have 11,000 fans here to give us what we need when we need it. So we've got to muster our own energy somehow, and I think that's going to be really important tonight too. The other thing she's probably telling them is hey, you're right there with Omaha. Minus, they swept us first time we played, then they beat us in 4, then we beat them in 5. It's a wash of which direction it can go, and it speaks to once again the parity of the league that it is really a fine line that separates top to bottom. So we just need a couple players to get hot over there and a couple of ours not to be, and it could be a totally different ballgame than what we had in Omaha.
Yeah, when you think about the arena itself, as we sit in it, sometimes we miss the whole vibe thing. We miss the sight lines are a little bit different. The interactions are a little bit different. There are some folks around the floor, but this is a bowl in full. And so I would think that just from the optics, some of the optics would look a little different. There you go. You can't leave us hanging. Now, Coach Bird's got to give
Bird wants to sing the national anthem today.
Hello.
That's how it works. We have to add
We're
to
going to actually put the mic by the bench so we can hear what you say.
That's live.
Hot mic. Hot mic.
Yeah. Just for grins and giggles. Only if you're ahead. We won't do it if you're behind. We'll throw it to break. We'll get into some of the numbers and what we think these lineups are going to look like. Coach DP, Coach Renee Saunders, Rico with us, and Harrison Orange running the board at the mothership. Thank you for listening to the pre-match show here on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Grab a free burger and beer at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on April 27th during their Husker Spring Game tailgate. Meet the Elway Power Sports team, play some tailgate games with them, and enter for a chance to win an official John Elway autographed football. Check out their huge selection of boats and watercraft for the summer, along with hundreds of motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides from all the major brands. Stop out and watch the game with them on April 27th. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, 27th and I-80. They'll be tailgating all day.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Hey, Nebraska! Register today for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. Special thanks to Platinum Partner Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, delivering dependable insurance coverage for your auto, farm, and home for over 130 years. Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
The Supernovas Radio Network is live. This is the Omaha Supernovas pregame show brought to you by Mullen Motors.
We are about 26 minutes from first serve here in San Diego, California. DP Renee Saunders, Enrique Alvarez, Clary, again on the mothership, powered by 93.7 The Ticket. We thank the affiliates across the state for carrying this. You'll be able to download the Supernovas app, or you can download the Ticket app and get the in-game call. Of course, you can follow the stream on YouTube for the Pro Volleyball Federation. Coach, how do you think, if you're going to identify players to watch, and I kind of think I know where you're going to lean here, but who are the players of note for the Mojo tonight after Saturday's match in Omaha?
Temi Thomas-Ilara. I mean, she kept them in the match, the last match in Omaha with 24 kills, hitting 350. If we can contain her just a little bit, just take away a couple kills a set, I think that it's a different ball game. The other person I think they're going to have to contain is I think Willow Johnson is going to continue to come on as the longer she plays. I thought we did a decent job with their middles with Bastianelli and with Ronica Stone. Like, we didn't have to call their name a lot, which means we either got them out of system a lot where they couldn't set their middles as much, or we just got positive touches on the ball. So I thought if we can continue to control their middles, find an answer for Temi tonight, and then hopefully an answer for Willow and Dalkey. Dalkey's sneaky good too. It's crazy because you say these names and you're like, oh wait, but she's good too. And she's good too. And she could hurt us. Oh yeah, but she could hurt us. But like nothing like Temi Thomas-Ilara did. She kind of got away with whatever she wanted to last match against us, and hopefully we have an answer for her tonight.
And this was the thing going into Saturday in Omaha. I circled Morgan Lewis because I said if you allow her to come in and get off the way that she did the last time we were here, she was going to be a problem. Venejas, I thought if you can ball handle a little bit and keep her out of the play, you gave yourself a better chance. And they did that in sets 1, 3, and 5. Not so much in sets 2 and 4.
Right.
She got to be a playmaker and a pace setter. Tempo was important. So if you're trying to scheme against San Diego and control the tempo, what is the pace that the Supernovas want to play at tonight?
And our gym is called Tempo 2, but basically we're trying to keep that ball in system under the top of the pin so that we can get one-on-one opportunities. We need to make sure we have balance in our attack, establish our middles. There's like fundamental aspects of volleyball that you have to do well, right? The serve and pass aspect, the ability to establish your middle and run a balanced offense is really important. And then just the all-out like communication and discipline on defense is the third one. If those things can happen, then the Supernovas are going to be all right. But I think tempo is important in terms of creating opportunities for your hitters.
To talk about service and San Diego, we saw how important it was for Omaha to have some success. I'm not sure San Diego had figured out from the service side how they're going to steal some points. And that's a difference maker. Who can do that for them? Is that a Tom-Com situation? Is that a space where she can kind of drive this thing, or is it the bench?
Well, I mean, service-wise, we had the most issues with, well, I mean, Tom-Com obviously, like, served a lot in the match. But the other one we had a hard time with, Veronica Stone, held serve for a bit, and Bastianelli, the middles, did a great job holding serve when they went back there. Temi had 18 service attempts. Tom-Com had 25 service attempts, which, I mean, she did a great job too. But really after that, it was the middles. They were able to hold serve, especially Bastianelli, and we had some issues with her. So I think there was not very many times. Like, remember early in the season, we talked a lot about how we need to stop runs. There was only a couple times on Saturday where we're like, they're on a 3-point run, and it was sets 2 and sets 4 that happened. And so there's a correlation there between service runs, right, and Supernova's success. And I think if they can contain serve, then they're going to have a better chance of being successful tonight.
I looked at the streak from last match, from Saturday, to see, right? Because you go by recollection moment, whatever our emotional connection to the call was, then to go back and go, okay, let me just get my eyes on it and see it. And I kept looking for players that manage the middle of the floor. And Omaha had a greater advantage in the middle than I expected. Even with the depth of roster that San Diego had, their middles missed some opportunities.
Are you talking about the middle hitters?
Yeah.
Yes, they did. It was one of not their best attacking match. Like, Bastianelli hit 240, not awful, but she only had 21 swings. And then Veronica Stone had 20 swings, got 9 kills, hit 300, but they weren't impactful. Like, they used them earlier in the match, if I remember right, and then later in the match they tried to just get it to like their big guns. And I think when you go away from that balance is when you become a little bit predictable. And I think that was, it's getting the middles of the ball in key opportunities versus just getting the middles of the ball early on or when it's easy.
What makes Veneja so good?
Her eyes.
Yeah.
She reads so well. She sees things really early. She gets herself in a great position. She can literally take she can cover her whole sideline, no problem. She had 17 digs last time, which actually is a quiet number for her. We did a good job keeping away from. We actually hit it Tom-Com more and made Venegas take second ball. So Tom-Com ended up with 19 digs, 53 set assists. On the other hand, Venegas had 17 digs and only 5 assists. So we found a little success in hitting the ball at the setter and making them win out of system.
Let's go to the Supernovas and the players that may not be in the starting rotation, but that could come off the bench and make an impact as they did Saturday in Omaha.
Well, I mean, our bench is so crazy so I talked to Mayfield before the game today, and we just chit-chatted about how literally every single person on this team could be a starter, has proven they can accomplish and succeed at this level, and they're still maybe on the bench or they have a different role. We talked a little bit about like role acceptance. Like, has it been hard to know that you can go in and do a really good job, but obviously you have multiple other people that are also very good and can do their job? And she's like, I don't envy the coaches at all. Like, it's a hard decision to make, and it's not the easiest, for someone that's probably been the star on her high school and college and other professional teams to have that role, right? It's a hard thing to do. We all know that when we need more offense, Mayfield gets the call. Okay, when we need ball control, Paige Briggs gets the call. If we need help on the right side, we now have Stephanie Samity, who joined us literally less than a week ago. And I don't know if we'll see her tonight or not. She's really only had 1 practice and 2 serve-in passes. I don't know how her, traveling and jet lag and all these other things that go on. When I introduced myself to her today and talked to her for a little bit, she's like, what day is it? I'm like, don't ask Vuchkova. Don't ask her. She'll think every day's Sunday.
Yeah, don't look down. Don't look down.
But that's just gives us more depth at that position. Then you've got, Gabby Thompson, who's come in and done so well when her number's been called. You've got Nadi Valentin Anderson, who has done so well when her number's been called. It's just it's a teeter-totter of finding the right fit in the right places. And let's not leave out Sophie Davis. Sophie Davis came in sets 4 and 5 against San Diego on Saturday and was phenomenal. And it wasn't like she was flashy phenomenal. She got some kills, got some good blocks, did exactly what her job was.
Even a couple of great important digs late in the set. So, Coach, it's always interesting, right? That we kind of know what to expect, and yet we're always surprised.
We'd be so bored if we knew what was going to happen.
Like we think we have an idea about what it is. We'll throw it a break. When we come back, we'll get the projected starting lineups, who Coach Saunders thinks will be out there to start these matches up, and then her keys to the match, what she thinks are the important optics, the things that will determine the outcome of this game here. Again, Omaha versus San Diego, Viejas Arena in San Diego, California. I'm DP Coach Renee Saunders, Enrique Alvarez-Clary on the Supernovas Radio Network, powered by 93.7 The Ticket.
Banking should feel personal, not intimidating. At Western National Bank, we're about real connections, founded by two ordinary guys with an extraordinary vision to know each and every customer personally. Fees, they suck. Avoid all fees with Western National Bank's Compass checking account. No monthly fees, no minimum balances, and get this, 5.12 APY on the first $1,000. Open your Compass checking account online in 5 minutes or less at mywnb.com. Experience the difference with Western National Bank. Visit mywnb.com. Member FDIC.
Road construction is complete, so there's nothing keeping you from getting into Mullen Motors. They can get you into a new vehicle right now and get your 2024 started off the right way. They cleared off their 2023 inventory and have tons of new vehicles to choose from to make sure you get to where you need to be this year. Out with the old and in with the new. Stop by Mullen Motors today, just north of 48th and Layton in Lincoln.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. We try to maximize things that are important to them.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
So we really try to maximize the size because 5 years from now, you can't just make your house bigger. The one thing I can tell you is that most builders in Lincoln, we all are about the same price. The difference comes in the products that we put in and the way we put in those products. The old saying, you get what you pay for, is pretty accurate when you're building a home. If you put nicer windows in and you put nicer cabinets, it's going to cost a little bit more. You know, if those things are important to you, then you want to do it. We can try to incorporate in your floor plan and get a house that you're going to be happy with.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
The Supernovas Radio Network is live. This is the Omaha Supernovas pregame show brought to you by Mullen Motors.
The clock in the building tells us we're about 13 minutes from first serve. San Diego, California, DP. Coach Renee Saunders. Coach, we appreciate all of this, right? The access, the exposure, our ability to tell the stories of what's happening, who these players are, who the teams are, define these volleyball communities as they are, because each one is different. Sometimes it's not what we expect it to be. Sometimes it's better than what we expect it to be. San Diego, it'll be interesting. Again, during the week, the crowds are not Omaha-esque in volume and number, but it's still a tough place to play in because, as you said, we got to supply your own juice. And you know you have to supply your own juice, so it's a thing. If you're the Mojo, who do you think lines up to get this thing started, players of note?
I mean, we don't have any match notes guess projections. So this is my educated guess based on my conversation with Bird. But we think we're going to see Temi, Thomas, Ilara, at the outside. Opposite her, Kendra Dulke at the outside. Those were the two that were most successful in that match. I think we're going to see Willow Johnson get the start tonight. Last match was Morgan Lewis, and Willow Johnson came in sets 4 and 5 and kind of showed what she could do. She's kind of got that whippy left hand, that hard to read, great angle shot, great line shot, something that we're going to have to probably deal with earlier on tonight. I think we're going to see the same middles. I think we're going to see Ronica Stone and Bastianelli. I think they're pretty set in stone on those two. They're both very good players. They've both been productive, and though maybe they didn't make as big of an impact in the last match, they still made an impact. So I could see them getting a little bit more active. Tomcom, Nutsara, I really think that she's going to be the one running the show. Though I wouldn't be surprised if at end set we don't see that August Rasky come in and do the double sub with Morgan Lewis in that regard. And then Venegas will probably be our libero. And then we got to see a little bit of Augusto last game, and I thought she did a decent job coming in as a defensive specialist late in game.
Coach, on the other side for the Supernovas, again, there's some flexibility and fluidity in the fact that you've got players and depth. So what do you suppose we will see?
Well, based on that little bird again. The little bird was talking today. No, I'm just kidding. So they did make a change. So last match, Brooke Nuneviller was a little bit off, right? Didn't have her best match of the season. So they're going to give her a break tonight, let her body kind of rest and recover. And Paige Briggs is going to get the starts along with Betty De La Cruz at the outside. We're going to see Tori Dixon and Christina Vuchkova, who did a phenomenal job in the middle last match. Dixon, even though Sophie Davis came in late for her, Dixon had one of her better net play matches I think we've seen all season. She had only 2 blocks, but she had 10 positive touches. Like everything she was touching was playable, and that was huge for the Supernovas. Sydney Hilley is going to be running the show at the setter position. Jess Shaven Landsman is going to be at the opposite. Kendall at libero. And like I said, Kendall was easy peasy, calm on the back row this last match. Minus in between points, right? Intense during play, very calm, very poised. Did a great job.
What does the change from Brooke Nuneviller to Paige Briggs? What does it bring to the table?
They're such similar players. Like literally, the biggest difference is experience. Brooke has a little bit more experience than Paige does. Paige has been really, really good off the bench for us. And so putting her into a starting role, it's a different mindset. And obviously she started for us before for Betty when Betty needed a little bit of a break. And it'll be interesting to see how they go. But I think Paige is more than equipped and ready for that role.
For the rest of the roster, I mean, there's again, as you talked about Mayfield and the discussion over, staying prepared, the difficulty in being at 10 prepared on a regular basis and not getting the call. But the bench is vital. On the road in the Federation, we now know bench play is vital. It is necessary. Who do we have our eyes on?
Well, obviously, Brooke Nuneviller being on the bench, eyes are on her, right? So if Betty or Paige are a little bit off, then here comes Nuneviller as an option to come in for her. Mayfield's always an option when it comes to if they need kills. On the right side, we've got Maggie Cartwright and Stephanie Samity if we need her. We just don't know. We don't know where she's at in the hole getting ready to play. The arena kind of threw me off there for a second. Like everything is off except for the court lights. Was it like this last time?
Yes.
Okay. For the whole game. I thought.
Yes.
Okay. I thought they only had the further ones off. It's like it's showtime today. But the cool part, like talking to Mayfield, what she said, like the hardest part as a bench player is the mental side of it. Like mentally you have to be ready to play every single match, but have no clue if your number is going to get called or not.
And then what's going to be asked of you when you get the call.
And maybe you're going to be asked to come in. Like nobody wants to come in when you're losing by a lot, right? And nobody wants to come in for necessarily cleanup time. So it's just one of those. It's hard, and it's a tough role, but it's something I think even our young people deal with, right? Like nobody wants to be on the bench. Everybody wants to be the star. Everybody wants to be playing, and it's hard for that. But it's good to know that people struggle with it even at the highest level.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. I was intrigued by the Sophie Davis move and then what she did when she was on rotation. that, again, she did a little bit of everything, a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, and I think Sophie Davis, same thing, where Fuchkova or Dixon need a break. Like Sophie Davis is she's amped and ready. Like she's ready to go if we need her. She passed balls, she dug balls, she went on a nice little service run, right? She did a lot of really good things that we expect out of her, and I think that the cool part about this team is the fact that we are so deep. It's also the uncool part because it makes it a lot more complicated, and as a coach, watching them every single day in practice, I think they know that Sophie Davis is ready if we need her because she's already proved herself there. Practices, Mayfield said, have been awesome. Like they're super intense, super competitive. And she's like, you don't get to this point in your life and play in a professional sport and not be a little bit selfish and want to play, right? Like that's kind of what drives you, that confident. I don't know. There's not a lot of successful people that don't have a little bit of selfishness in them because they're just such high achievers. And so I think that's obviously as an athlete, everybody wants to play. Everybody knows that he can play. And now it's a matter of like who can do it on a regular basis.
I think that it is spectacular. We've talked about all the depth and all of the rotations, and we barely talked about Nadia and what she brings to the table. Again, having her as an ace in your back pocket, not a bad way to go into a Pro Volleyball Federation.
Yeah, she's not even up your sleeve. Like she's one that's like it's always on the table because she's going to come in and she can do multiple things. She can provide a spark, right? She could come in for change of tempo. She could come in and just serve. But you know what she always is doing? She's always coaching and always trying to make everybody better, whether they're on the bench or they're on the court. Her leadership of this team is phenomenal.
It's going to be a good one in San Diego. And again, we thank you for joining us. We ask you to jump over to the app, jump over to the website, whether it's the supernovas.com or it is theticketfm.com. Jump to the apps and get the in-game call. You can watch the stream, but take the call. And then we'll meet you back here post-match, hopefully to talk about a Supernovas victory. Again, it is the 12-6 Supernovas and the 7-9 San Diego Mojo. We'll have that call for you live from Viejas Arena, San Diego, California, on the Supernovas Radio Network, powered by 93.7 The Ticket.
Grandma and grandpa, mom and dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids.